Greetings, upstanders. Dr. O here, and I just watched the Jubilee take Mehdi Hasan against 20 MAGA folks. As some of you all know, I don't call them far right or the right because I believe that they're wrong, and I believe that anytime we use the term right to define them, to refer to them in any type of way, we're giving them a little bit of credibility that they don't deserve. So I'm talking about these extreme MAGA individuals, and it was really alarming because these were young people. They looked like they were all maybe college age students. And just watch some of the takes right now.
My family lineage is settlers from the 1500s.
Colonialists.
Yeah,
You
colonials.
don't look
yeah.
very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you
Sorry,
talking about?
you're not.
What are you talking about?
You're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you could say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
And what you see from these takes is that these people are young and they have no problems admitting being racist. They have no problems admitting being fascist. They have no problem admitting being anti-immigrant in terms of get out of the country. As one was walking away, he said, you're going to be the first one to go. And people talk so much about, this is why I've doubled my efforts in terms of getting into schools and talking to young people about building community, because for people really think that the young people are going to change the direction, but there are so many right there in that space. The debate was over an hour long, if you want to call it a debate. And everything from, I mean, you had one guy who was Iranian American or something like that, was sitting there justifying Palestinian children, 6, 8, 10 years old, being shot in the head. Like that, literally just fine with that. And if people don't pay attention to this, it's a wrap, y'all. People say things like when people go on Fox or different places or and throw out these talking points about particular issues, and people, a lot of the responses I get on YouTube is, "Oh, I don't watch that. I stopped watching this years ago." Or if I bring up something that came on like Morning Joe, well, I stopped messing with Morning Joe when blah 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 blah. And look, we all go through our phases. I go through phases when I stop watching things and I come back to some of them later. And I'm not saying we got to consume all of this, but my point is, while you're saying you're not watching it, these folks are plotting. These folks are planning, and they're watching you. And they are ready to come for you in any way, shape, or form. Several of the young people who were there said they don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about democracy. One said, I want autocracy. And then when Mehdi said, they're going to come, what do you do if the guy tries to kill you? He said, well, they're not going to kill me. Like all of the the racist, nativist, like it was all there. It was, and every one of them did not have the same opinion, but enough of them had enough of the same opinions that people should be concerned. And there's two other things you need to be mindful of. Dr. King said that the two most dangerous things in the world are sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. What you saw in that show was both. You saw people who sincerely didn't know stuff, and you have people who are conscientiously like not caring. And he said they're both dangerous because they lead to the same actions. But you also had some people there who really had a very strong grasp of history, who had the last one that he debated with for about 10 minutes, really strong grasp of economics, really strong grasp of lots of things. And if you don't have the facts, if you don't have basic knowledge of history, you can't debate with people like that. Because they're smooth talkers, even though they're talking about your extermination. They're smooth talkers. They throw out dates, they throw out names, they throw out books and the like. And if you're not reading, if you're not getting hip to what's going on, you're going to look like a fool around these guys. And so some of us are already saying, well, we don't watch these shows, or we don't watch these people. But you're also not reading. You're also not watching documentaries that could, break down some of the things that have happened throughout history. And so you're kind of just sitting in your spot, just like almost waiting for things to happen to you. And some of us who are still, resting post the election, until when? Watching that video from Jubilee should be, it's not a call to action to me, because I'm already been about the work. And many of us are about this work, about challenging ignorance, about challenging hate, about fighting for equality. But some of y'all just sitting around and wait for some of these guys. You got that guy, and I want to call them kids because they look like my kids' age, but like, yeah, I'm a fascist. Ha, 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 ha. Like, this is what people think and believe. And one of the women who got up there, the second woman, I believe, the blonde one, didn't have any facts, but felt confident just going about Israel and Gaza, just confident going and going and going. Some are proudly embracing their ignorance. And as some of them said at the end, they were a quote, they considered themselves I'm using their language, a far right conservative, but they didn't realize how far went until hearing some of the people at the table with them. But here we are. People talk about people, if Trump's ilk and age are on their way out, there's a new group already here. And then you got the ones who are more middle-aged, the J.D. Vances of the world, just ready to continue it. So, hey, if you plan on staying in this country, you better wake up. You better wake up, because these folks are coming for you. They are coming for you, and they are bold with it, and they just do not care. You can watch that thing for 5 minutes and you'll get my point. But if you watch it all the way through, you should get out and realize we got some work to do, and we have to start young. So I appreciate Mehdi Hasan doing this. I appreciate Jubilee putting this together. And Mehdi said that, like he said, being there was quite disturbing to hear some of their views, and it was absolutely disturbing. Like I said, primarily because the youth of it all. But this is where we are. What are y'all gonna do about it? You gotta do something if you're gonna be here, because it's just a matter of time before they come in for you too. Some are actively already trying. One of them said he was at the January 6th insurrection. So here we are.